461 pounds, Jason Walker and Porkchop Cash. Their opponents at a combined total of 469 pounds, the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, Pat and Randy Rose.
The Rose cousins, Randy and Pat, taking on Jason Walker and Porkchop Cash. And tag team action still to come. We'll be talking with the Continental Heavyweight Champion, Bob Armstrong, hopefully, and we'll be seeing Arn Anderson in action today. A lot of great action still to come. I don't know, still no word on the condition of Austin Idol. They have taken him from a TV studio, I believe. I don't know where.
Well, the physician on hand backstage in the dressing room is very concerned, especially about the possibility of an internal throat injury. Anytime that something happens, you can tell at home that's... Oh, look at that! A reverse booty bump on Pat Rose. 2 quick headbutts, and the tag team champions are looking for cover. But there's no muscle there. There's no protection. There's no bone. It's one of the most sensitive places on the human body. And judging from the amount of blood and stuff that was coming out of the mouth of Austin Idol, I'd say that right offhand he was very seriously injured.
Right down the ring, it's Randy Rose squaring off with the chopper. Porkchop Cash, collar and elbow. Over into the turnbuckle. Wait a minute. Mr. Rose finding out very quickly that possibly that's not a wise move on the chopper.
No, the cranial strength, shall we say, of Porkchop Cash has become apparent to everybody who's been in the ring with him. Now, a short right and another right hand to the bridge of the nose leaves Randy Rose crawling in a little bit of confusion around the ring at this point. Of course, this match is not for the championships. The Rose cousins being the Southeastern Tag Team Champions and holding those belts for some time now. They, as was the case with Bill Ash, we talked about earlier on the show, have been very hesitant about putting their titles on the line in any kind of situation.
Good side headlock by the chopper. And it's Randy Rose firing a couple of left and a right to the midsection. Ends up with Porkchop Cash in that full Nelson.
And Porkchop Cash, a little wiggle and a little jiggle, and he's completely out of that full Nelson.
A lot of power in the arms and legs of Porkchop Cash. He's ready for Pat Rose to step in for action.
Pat Rose now getting a last word of strategy from Randy Rose, putting together a little bit of teamwork. And when you're in against a guy like Porkchop Cash, you certainly need it. Chop's, of course, one of the top professionals, athletes of all time. Both men now tying up in a test of strength. And it seems a little foolish to be tying up test of strength with somebody with 22-inch arms like Porkchop Cash has.
Tag is made with Jason Walker. Walker in now for his team. Walker, good move by Walker, being hurled into those ring ropes, but comes off with a shoulder smash and ends up with a side headlock on Pat Rose. Good left connection to the midsection, frees Pat Rose.
Chop. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Oh, I heard that chop all the way across the studio. Jason Walker, of course, lacking in experience, but certainly not lacking in heart. Reverses. Did you see? Now, legal tag has been made.
It has been made. I saw that.
Now, that's what makes the Rose cousins such a great tag team. Pat knew he was in trouble and managed to tag Randy.
What teamwork. Jason Walker had no idea the tag had been made. Randy and Pat Rose did not want to let him know right off the bat it had been made.
Side salto on Jason Walker, who's now in serious trouble. Walker having a little trouble getting off the canvas. Caught with a right hand of Pat Rose. And now both cousins come in a little legal double teaming. Double drop kick from the Roses. I've never seen them do that before.
The Southeastern Tag Team Champions really showing what they're made of here. In goes Jason Walker into the ring ropes. Quick power slam by.
And Porkchop Cash in to break it up. As well he should. I don't think anybody could take... Wait a minute. The Roses look like they're setting them up for the big one. This is their trademark maneuver. Jason Walker about to be driven directly into the canvas, a drop of at least 5 feet.
The bell sounds. That's going to end it up for Jason Walker and his partner Porkchop Cash, your winners, the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, Randy and Pat Rose. And what great action in that match. A lot of action still to come.
But I'll tell you what, let's go ahead upstairs, and if we can, we may want to look at that maneuver of the Roses again. It's been so devastating here the last couple of weeks on Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Watch now as Pat Rose picks his man up for a vertical suplex and drops him right into the waiting arms of Randy Rose. You can imagine the coordination, teamwork, this counts, as well as just the brute animal strength. But watch how Walker is just literally driven into the canvas. I don't see how anybody could recover from that.
Super slow motion, and did you see that impact? That only a couple of 3 seconds it takes them to make that maneuver, and it put Jason Walker out for the count. The Roses, your winners and Southeastern Tag Team Champions. More action still to come.